Now that we know what's a 1-1 mapping and many-one mapping, let's look at the range of the function. So range is the set of those elements in codomain that have a pre-image. Okay. So if it's a 1-1 mapping, so if it is a 1-to-1 mapping, okay, in case of 1-to-1 mapping, uh, if number of elements in A is n, then the number of elements in range is equal to number of elements in A is equal to n. Because for every element in A, the range, each element is mapped to a different element. Each element is uniquely mapped, and these lines goes to different elements in your codomain. So in case of 1-1 function, range is equal to the number of elements in A only. And if it is a many-one function, if it's a many-one function, if the number of elements in A is equal to n, then if you just look at from A1, A2, so on, there are many elements. Just looking at A, if it is many-one, what is the smallest number of elements in the range? 1. Because for smallest element, consider this when all the elements are just mapped to one element. Then this is a many-one function. So in case of many-one function, the range is greater than equal to 1. Okay. Now, this is when your domain is given to you. Number of elements in domain is given to you. Then what is the number of elements in the range? So in case of 1-1 mapping, if number of elements in A is n, the number of elements in range is n. In case of many-one function, if number of elements in A is n, range can be anything greater than equal to 1. Okay, and when range is equal to 1, then it means all the elements are mapped to just one element. Now, what if a range is given to you, and what do you make up about the domain? That is, if range is equal to n, if number of elements in range is equal to n, then what does it tell about the number of elements in domain A? Okay, so of course, in case of 1-to-1 function, every element of B that constitutes range, it will have a unique pre-image, and that is, so the number of elements in A is equal to number of elements in range, that is equal to n. And for many-one function, what does it mean? It means that number of elements in A, if range is given, what is given to you is range. Okay, what is given to you is range. Range is given, then number of elements in A is this. Now range is n. Range is n means what? Means that the number of elements of domain has to be greater than equal to n. Which means here, if you look, this is B1, let's say, this is your set B, this is your set A. B1 is an element of range. Then it means B1 has a pre-image. It is many-one, so maybe it has more than one pre-image, but B1 is a range, means B1 has a pre-image. B belongs to range means what? B belongs to range means that B has pre-image. Maybe more than one pre-image. Now it means that if you have any other element B2, let's say any other element B3, and these are your range, these all of them are range, it means they are mapped to some element. Now, is it possible that B2 will be matched to A1? No, it will not be a function anymore. So it will not be a function, because if A1 is mapped to B1, then A1 will not be mapped to any other element. So for element B2, B2 will not be mapped to A1 or A2 or AN. B2 has a pre-image A1, it means that A1 has two images. Okay, so for every different element that you see in the range, they confirm what? If B1 has a pre-image, then that pre-image will not have any other image. Means if pre-image of B1 is what? A1, A2 and AN. A1, A2 and AN. Now it means that any other element of range, like let's say pre-image of B2 or pre-image of B3, they will not have A1, A2 or AN, because of the definition of function. It will not remain a function if any other element of range will have the same pre-image as any element. Any two element of range cannot have a common pre-image. Okay, because of the definition of function that elements of A has to be uniquely mapped. So any two element of range cannot have a common pre-image. So because of this, what can you say about the number of elements of A? So number of elements in A is equal to, from your range you can find out pre-image of B1 plus pre-image of B2 plus so on pre-image of, let's say, Bm. Okay, number of element in range is n, so let's say it is Bn, where B1, B2, so on Bn, these are range. Okay, so number of elements in range is n, so I'm saying that let a range be B1, B2, so on Bn. The number of elements in A is this, and every set of pre-image of B1, set of pre-image of B2, they are disjoint. Any two set is disjoint. So so what I can say with surety is that number of elements in A is greater than equal to n, because the minimum, if B1 is a range, then it may have pre-images. So minimum value that any cardinality, minimum value of any of these terms will be 1. It will be greater than or equal to 1, equal to n. So number of elements in A is greater than or equal to n. So I think it's okay for now. In the next video we will see some different mappings possible in relation. So mapping about function is over. Thank you very much.